Hello, and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to go over advanced prototype, which is the same thing as tactics Vanguard. For the next couple of videos, they might be music instead of commentary, because I am going through some dental issues at the moment, and it makes it a little bit hard to speak. And especially if I get what needs to be done, I get my wisdom teeth out, it's going to be painful. Obviously, might not be able to talk too well, and if I sound a little bit different, it's exactly why. But it'll be wonderful to get this removed. Anyway, getting into the match, we're running with the dot damage tactical. It's not better than overwhelming offense. I just take it because spice of life, honestly. Much like how I'm taking stimulated in this match. I've played too much AP, and I've also just played too much with the other tacticals. Just spicing up, really. Had I played less AP, had I played, less of the other tacticals, maybe I would just go the meta route of Second Wind and Power Detonator or overwhelming offense, but generally I'm just like, I've already done things on those things. Why not spice it up? I know so far, with Power Detonator, I had actually, no, that might have been overwhelming, but I'm pretty sure the arena game where I did 26k was with Power Detonator. And then the overwhelming offense, I did 20, and then I did 20.1 with this tactical. Generally, whatever tactical you choose, it performs plenty well. And if I was going for, how to put it, like, more like, I guess, overall deadly damage, I'd probably go overwhelming. So like one of the benefits of going the dot damage increase is that you'll be able to take out heavy armor targets and just like tankier targets better, because you'll be able to get more damage out of your dots. And obviously with constant refreshes, because you're focusing on your dot a little bit more, you're able to have slightly better sustain. Also just real shot. Obviously the real shot does AoE splash too, and then deadly onslaught is how you AoE refresh your dots. And I think we were in that match where it's actually really nice. So if I get them on the node, I can get dots on everybody and use deadly onslaught, and it'll pretty much refresh everybody there, and it'll also stop any of the caps that happen, which is really good. You will actually see me do that, and for the most part, don't really care if I die here. It's not like our team is even. Their team is definitely a lot better than ours, and if I was not here, I do not think my team wins, like, at all. I think they would just roll over. Everybody on our team, they would get the node. Then after they have the node, they would most likely just win by kills. Like, they probably wouldn't even need orbs, they would just kill us. Because they do have, they don't necessarily have a lead in kills, I don't think, but I think at the end, like, they are more net positive than we are, and without me here, they most definitely would be more than just net positive. Also, these classes here, Carnage and IO, they do a lot of damage to me regardless. They have a lot of armor pen available to them, so there's like nothing I can do in that situation. At that point, I'm just like, this is probably the only DPS players on their team that are actually doing anything. It might be better just for me to commit here and die. It's totally fine. I didn't necessarily want to run and ignore them, because that would paint a target on me, because they're like, okay, this guy does damage, maybe I should take him out. I'd rather just die there and make myself look a little bit worse, so I can then go back to the pylon and hopefully not get focused by them, if that makes sense. Again, here, I'm trying to get everybody on top of the pylon so I can dot refresh, but also have an easier time stopping caps without having to, tab to basically stop the cap. And if you guys are curious about how to play AP, my most recent Power Tech guide explains the sustain rotation and basically how to play AP. Then my 6.0 guide has more in-depth, like, dueling situations and stuff like that, but also like DC management. I have a guide for defensive management, and I also have a stat guide for like min-maxing all your specs. This class is included. So generally, pretty much any information that you could ever ask for, I have pretty much most of it on my channel. And on top of that, if you guys have any questions, I'll be more than happy to help you or direct you to the right video. And if I don't know, I can probably send you in the right direction so you can figure it out. Other than that, you know, next couple of videos might be non-commentary, just so I can you know, obviously, you know, not try to talk with a fucked up mouth. So I'm sure everybody's understanding of that. That's not a big deal. If there's no videos, then, you know, I'm probably just too messed up. But for the most part, this video has been sitting here for a while. Again, you know, I post a lot of AP videos in general. I really do enjoy playing it. I've enjoyed playing it ever since basically 6.0, but 7.0 especially, because it's one of the only classes that punishes people for tunneling through defenses. I know I explained that a lot, but people still do it anyways. I understand, like in arena, tunnel through defenses, 100%, kill the PT. Maybe not with its pyro, maybe not when it has guard, but for the most part, you still need to get them down fast. In AVA, it's a little bit different. Tunneling into defenses, especially if they have a guard or a healer, that's not necessarily the best thing to do. And when you're like knowledgeable about what to do, how to do, you can really punish players for playing basically poorly. There's no other word for it. If you tunnel one person for the entire match, you are only winning if you are winning, because the rest of the players aren't doing anything. So realistically, in the meta where that actually happens, it's much better to just play the class that can deal with it a little bit better than the other ones. But thankfully, in this match, I'm not really tunneled, and even if I was, my class is pretty good at dealing with it. Some classes aren't great at dealing with it, so I haven't enjoyed playing them as much. Though I do definitely, you know, play them when I post videos on them. It's just not all the time. Or the match is fun because either you curb stomp them or your team gets curb stomped, and depending on, you know, what you're playing, trying to play against 5 players at once is not necessarily feasible on most specs. A melee will be able to do it better because they have instant abilities, but if you have like channeled abilities, for example, like IO, you're kind of like a sitting duck with just asking for it, which sucks, but this is how it is. Arsenal is kind of the same way, but it is a little bit more mobile because its main damage is not reliant on being stationary. And we pretty much win the game here. We get both pylons here, kill these guys, and I assume that they just can't kill the people over there, which, you know, makes sense because their DPS are right here. Or no, this is the healer, but their DPS had recently died, so pretty much in the bag here. We don't have to worry about anything. And again, there's like a giant damage gap between a lot of players in this match, so if I was not here, chances are we'd probably lose. But they do have 2 healers, so I had something to do at the very least. If you guys have any questions about APPT or just generally anything at all, I'll be more than happy to help you. Just leave a comment. And on top of that, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.